Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman, Wargamer. We're continuing our playthrough and it's part 3 of Combat, a solitaire game designed by Ross Mortell and published by Compass Games. In the last video we saw the Germans have their first casualty, while the rest of them took damage, with a couple of them routing. So we'll see what happens with that this turn. We, however, didn't get off scot-free. Lorenzo was badly wounded, while some of the others in the Charlie and Baker team had their morale increased. So let's see what turn 3 brings. Just want to mention, last time I got a bit confused with the duck back rules. I think now they are sort of understood a bit better. However, Goldstein, when he fired at the German that got KIA'd in the last video, I would have fired 2 shots. I only rolled for 1, so we'd better roll to see if he got a low ammo result, a 9, with his second shot. No, 7. We're okay. So we're back on the sequence of play, and the first thing to do is to play our initiative card. We've only got 1 left, so we'll have to play that. And now we have to assign orders for our 2 teams. So let's do that. So orders-wise for the Americans, we've got a bit of a problem here with Lozano. He's shaken with a bad wound. If he gets another wound, he'll either be incapacitated or KIA'd, so we've got to be a bit careful. We can't actually do anything about that bad wound because none of our units have medical training. So what we could do is bring him back out of harm's way, because his weapon skill is below 0 now with these 2 negative numbers. And then in turn 4 we can try and rally him and get rid of this shaken. That will increase his weapon skill by 2, and we can bring him back and keep him in cover to hopefully help out the other members of the team. So I think what we'll do for Lozano, the other thing is, because Corporal Thomas has got his leadership skill, if we can keep Lozano within 2 hexes, that will help rally him the following turn. But for now, I think we'll just sneak him back. That's the only movement order he can be given because of his bad wound. So he's got a sneak order. I think we'll keep these 2 where they are. They've got line of sight to these 3 troublesome Germans. Remember, we've got this sniper up here with a weapon skill of 6. So I think we'll use a couple of aimed fires for them. Now, once again, my tactics will not be your tactics. This is what makes these type of games so much fun and different for everybody. So a couple of those. So every other impulse they will be firing, but without that -2 of the run and gun. That's Charlie team done. Now here we've got this chap causing a bit of a problem. Remember, if he gets down to this area and gets past, he's escaped. So we may well try and stop him from doing that. What's he got? He's got a cautious. Oh, and he's got a light wound as well. So not much of a threat for firing because he's got 2 off of his weapon skill. The only thing he can't be assigned order-wise is sprint because of this light wound. So what do you reckon? Run and gun or aimed fire? Let's try a run and gun here again. At least he can get a bit nearer. So here's the run and gun, useful in some ways. And I think we'll give him a run and gun. Can't see this one at the moment. Might be best for him to get into the house there, into the building. So we can use this run and gun to move up and at the same time get this. While this one will use an aimed fire. Hopefully he can take care of this. This is shaken and another light wound. We could use rapid fire, but that gives us that -2 again. So I think it might be best to try and get a nice shot every other impulse. Right, that's our boys sorted out with their orders, for better or worse. Let's have a look at the Germans. First off, it's the Reds. So it will be this one first. What I didn't do is give them a quick shuffle. I know they're out of shot. There we are. Okay, first German card for the red squad. 15, oh dear. Now this route will tell us which direction to move that unit. It looks like they're going first at the moment. And this one's order, didn't show you, this one's order is he's in cover and he is still normal. Suppressive fire. But he's got the KAR, I think we decided. So he's got to use the slow suppressive fire. That's him sorted. Next one is this. So he can only be given a sneak because of his bad wound. And the direction here is route 3-2. So we've got a sneak 3-2, which we can use. So he will be moving in this direction. If he gets into cover, I think we can try and rally him. But for now, he's sorted. This is the only unknown one we've got. See what he's got here. He's in the open. He's normal. Aimed fire again. Unless we break out through this hedgerow, he's not going to have much luck. There we are, aimed fire. And lastly, this one, shaken with a light wound. See what he gets. He is shaken in the open. He's going to do a sneak 2-1. Looks like he's trying to sneak off back to his own lines. We'll see if we can put a stop to that. That's it. Now it's the Blues up here with this shaken unit here with a light wound. We've got 9. Oh, it looks like they're definitely going first. He's shaken. Not sure he can be given a sprint. Let me just check that. That's right, he can't be given a sprint order. So I think we have to come down to the next lowest order, which is an evade. And that's an evade 4-5. Hope that's right. There we are. Yeah, let me know if I'm not interpreting these rules quite right. He's done. This one, he's unhurt, so a normal order for him. He's in the open. Evade 6, grenade and charge. Now, doesn't need a line of sight. 1, 2, 3, 4. The others are out of range. Let's see if he throws first a grenade. So yes, he has to make a troop quality check. He's got a troop quality of 5, so 5 or less. If he passes that, he will throw a grenade. If he doesn't pass, he will check to see if he will charge with the same troop quality check. So here we are, grenade. 9, no, but will he charge? Oh dear, like throwing 9s, no. So all he's going to get is evade 6. There we are. Obviously just maneuvering into a better position. And lastly, cautious and lightly wounded. This one in the open, not in the trees there, is he? No, in the open. Let's see. Cautious, hide. He knows this one's after him. There we are, doing nothing. That, oh, forgot this one. So he's routing. He can't have any other movement except a sneak. And he is sneaking the same as this one in a 3-2. So he will get a sneak 3-2 as well. Sorry about that. There we are. Don't want to forget that one. Because he is... Oh no, he's only got a light wound. Hold on. Let me just check. Oh, he can get an evade. There we are. The next one down, so to speak. Right, hopefully that's it, and hopefully I've done that correctly. All the orders are given. Next thing we have to do is work out the initiative. Hopefully you can see that. First up is blue with 9, then red, 15, Charlie with 42, and Baker with 66. Okay, we're ready for Impulse 1. Oh, just before we start, I just want to explain why I haven't given Corporal Thomas a plan order, which would give him a chance to pick up some more of these cards here, because we're now out. The reason I didn't do it is we're going to pick up a card anyway, but a plan order means you have to sit around and do nothing for the whole turn. And with this scenario, we have very few units. I don't think I can afford to have our best soldier sitting in a hedge for the whole turn doing nothing, trying to get hold of some more cards. So that's why I didn't give him a planned order. Right, that's done. We're on to blue, and the first one up is this, who's evading 4-5, 4, so he's coming this way. He's routing, isn't he? So he'll be moving back that way towards friendly troops. This one evading into the rocks. And lastly, he's hiding, doing nothing. Got the wobblies. So that's blue done. It's now red. Now sniper up here. Doing nothing on the first impulse. He's sneaking back. He's routing. He's doing nothing on this impulse. He's sneaking, but on the first impulse is doing nothing. Oh, I've got this one. Aim fire, but he's doing nothing anyway. I don't think we're doing much during the whole turn. I think that is everything. So that's the Americans and Charlie team, but it looks like they're not going to be doing much this impulse. They've all got zeros on their orders. That's them done. And then it's Baker. So, no aimed fire for Miller. However, Woodruff will be running and gunning. He's going to move a little bit nearer. This is a depression, so we can see this chap. And a run and gun for Goldstein. He's coming. I don't think it makes much difference. Not going to be able to be seen by that one. And that's it. That's everybody done. So nothing much happened in that impulse. So we removed the cubes. There we go. I think I mentioned before, I use these cubes because I'm backwards and forwards with this recording, and I might forget who's done what. So you don't have to use cubes, but that's why I'm using them. So we're on to impulse 2 and the blue Germans. This one first, and he's evading in the 5 direction now. He's moving in the 2 direction. He's evading in the 6 direction, going on top of that unit there. And he's hiding. Red team, slow suppression. Now remember, with suppression, there's no order or terrain effects. Wounds and the range applies. And with this type of order, you can only cause a morale check. So who's he going to go after? He's got a choice of 3. They're all the same 5 hexes away. Wounds, though, apply, so it might be going for poor old Lozano. So 5 doesn't give him any advantage. He needs a 6 or less. Seven. No, doesn't do it. We've now got This one, who is now sneaking in a 3 direction, trying to get out of harm's way. And he aimed firing, but can't see anybody. That's fortuitous for us. This one here is sneaking in a 2 direction, weirdly, which is back up here. Maybe trying to find some cover. As you can see, the Americans moving up. I think that's it. That's the Germans done. We're back with the Americans and Charlie. So Corporal Thomas is going to do an aimed fire. Now, do we try and finish these off or go for this sniper who's trying to keep our heads down? Let's try it and get one of those. That off for a minute and see what we've got. So Corporal Thomas has a weapon skill of 5. He's got the grease gun. He's got to throw 3 dice. He is 1, 2, 3 away. That will give him +1. Soldat Otto is in the open with a sneak. So that is a -1. So he's back to weapon skill of 5. So first shot. 5. What has he got? Would we need to KAI? There's only one there, isn't there? What have we got here? He's got 4 wounds, which will come off, or -4, which will come off his 5. So he only needs another light wound, and he'll be incapacitated 2, and he's KIA. What have we got? Bad wound. That'll give him another 3 off his troop quality. So 3, -3, -6, -7. He's KIA'd. And that is more victory points for us. Let's tidy that up. There we go, our second KIA, but we've got to throw 2 more, I believe, to see if Corporal Thomas gets a low ammo. So 9 will do that. 7, no, and the third one, 7, ooh, 7 again. How strange. But he is done. And we move on to our wounded Private Lozano, who's going to move into here. And now I think we can change that sneak into a duck back, which we are allowed to do. And that will at least give him a bit more cover. He can't do much. I don't want to move him back here because I've got to move him. Or shall we? Just thinking, shall we move him back out of harm's way completely? No, let's take a chance. He's going to be hiding the next impulse. So we'll leave him as that. We'll take a chance. And aimed fire. What has this one got? Evading 3, 2. On the next impulse, he'll be moving into the cover. So I think we'd better try and see if we can have a go and try and finish that one off as well. Let's have a quick check though. Routing, of course. Whoops. The light wound. Yep, let's do it. He's only suppressing this turn. so we might as well make the most of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the M1 is, of course, no modifier. 5, we said. He is in the open with an evade. Oh dear, that's a -1. So he needs a 4 or less with his one-shot M1, 4 or less. 2! My goodness. Let's see what we've done this time. Oh, it's only a close call. So, remembering from last video, we don't put a duck back on just yet. He has to make a troop quality check, a morale check. If he fails that, I believe he gets a duck back. So his troop quality is 5, but it's a -1 from this light wound. So he needs to throw a 4 or less to pass. Oh dear, that's 7 again. No way. He gets a duck back. Which will turn into a hide for him in the next impulse. But that's Douglas. And just to finish off impulse 2, we've got our boys in the Baker team. So he's firing this turn with a -2. Let's see if we can do something about, or do we do that one? He's not going anywhere. Let's try this one. I know he's only evading, but he's again moving nearer. Let's try this. We've got a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's still 0 modifier. Soldat Schultz is in the open with an evade. That's another -1. That's a -3 altogether. He needs a 1 or less, or 1 and a 0. 4, no luck. Oh well, maybe we should have gone after the other one. I'm going to keep that off because Miller is going to have a go. Put this back. So, same thing, aim fire. Only 1, 2, 3 away this time though. That will give him a +1. Schultz is in the open with an evade. That's a -1, isn't it? Yep. So that nullifies the range modifier. So he just needs a 4 or less. Yeah, come on, Miller. 3, yes, get in. We are having some great luck with this scenario. And Schultz gets a light wound. That will make him receive a duck back. So that puts paid to his shenanigans. He also has to do a wound morale check. Unless he throws a 0, he's going to be reduced in morale. So now his troop quality is the -1 coming off from that wound. So 4 or less. Throws a 1, but even a 1 If it's less, then the character's troop quality will reduce his morale level by 1, so he will go down to cautious. There we are. In focus. That's better. Again, a funny old light here in merry old England. Very dark and dingy. So that is Miller done. And it's just Goldstein to move. So we'll move here and take this victory point or victory hex. And that's our first one. And that once again is everybody taken care of. So we'll remove the cubes and we'll move on to Impulse 3. Just before we continue with Impulse 3, yep, I've put that in the correct place now. So, blue, we've got Abbas there. His duck back will turn into a hide. This one is evading this direction. Schultz will get a hide as well. There we go. And he's still hiding. That's blue. Red. Sniper Muller up there is doing nothing this impulse. Neither is our unknown soldier behind the rocks. Prowess is moving in a in a 2 direction. And that's it. Back with Charlie. So Lozano, whose name I keep getting wrong, gets a hide. Aimed fire and aimed fire. Not this impulse. Just Baker. Run and gun for Woodruff. He's going to let's see. Get a bit closer for next impulse. Nothing for Miller with his aimed fire. And Goldstein is running into the building. Unfortunately, everybody is now behind rocks. And that's it. That's everybody. Nice quick impulse there. We're now on the last one, Impulse 4. So let's remove the blocks and get on with that. So with blue, this one is doing nothing. This one is evading down into the rocks. And these two are hiding. Red, our sniper is getting these KAR ready for a slow suppression. Who's it going to fire at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5. So it's between these two. It would be better to suppress our corporal, I would have thought, as he's the better soldier, more chance to hit. So 5. As we know now with the KAR, nothing for the range, the terrain and order have no effect. So he needs a 6 or less to suppress Corporal Thomas. Nine again. He's got no ammo. Oh dear. I think next turn he's going to have a reload. So not very successful at sniping or suppressing. This one can fire, but there's nothing to fire at. He's sneaking. Did I move him by mistake last time? I think I might have done. Shouldn't have moved. I think we'll pop him back there, and this time he will move in a one direction, which is out here. If it's wrong when I review the video, I'll change it. There's no firing going on anyway. That is it. Just Charlie and Baker now. So aimed fire. I think Corporal Thomas should have a go at our sniper, because he might be a problem next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing for the grease gun in range. 3 dice though. Sniper has a slow suppression in the hedge. Oh dear, that's a -1. So that's a 4 or less. Let's see if we can get a hit on that sniper. 4 or less. First shot. Oh, 1. We get him. Take those off for, oh, this one, isn't it? Take those off for a second. And we'll see what he gets. Ah, bad wound. Bad luck for the sniper. He has to do a wound morale check. He has troop quality of 6, but it's now down by 3, so he needs to throw a 3 or less. 6, no, because he threw greater than his troop quality, which is 3. He will be reduced by 2 morale levels, going down to shaken. There we are, let's put pay to his ideas. And we'll get a duck back, which won't make a lot of difference as it's the end of the turn. But he's not very effective now. Not finished yet. We've got 2 more shots to do. 4 or less. 6, no. And another 6. That's Corporal Thomas done. Private Lozano is hiding. It just leaves Douglas. I think we better have another go at this one. See if we can do some more damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No range advantage. He is now duck back in the hedge, which again is -1. So he needs a 4 or less. 1. Absolutely brilliant. Right. Oh, close call. Let's have a look though. He has troop quality of 6. We're taking 5 away, so he needs to throw a 1 or a 0. 7. He goes down from shaken to rout. Everybody's routing. There we are, and it's just Baker team now. So Woodruff, run and gun, only 2 away. That's a +1. He's hiding in the open. That's a -2. So it's a -1 so far. We've got a -2 for the run and gun. So a -3. He has weapon skill of 4. So a 1 or a 0. Dear, oh dear. 7. Nope. Aimed fire. Let's try this one. He's in the open. 1, 2, 3. That's a +1 for the distance. We've got to hide in the open. Dear, oh dear, that's a -2. That's a -1. So he needs a 3 or less. Only gets it, look. 2. What has he got at the moment? Cautious with a light wound. Let's see what he gets now. Bad wound. And that's another -3 off of everything. He now has to do a wound morale check. Can't get a duck back, he's already got a hide. But his morale check will be 4 off of his troop quality, so he needs a 1 or less. No, what am I talking about? He needs a 0. 3, 4, 5. 6. I thought he got it then. So he comes down 2 morale levels. Yes, you've guessed it, he's routing as well. It's not looking good for the Germans. But let's bear in mind this is an introductory scenario. I dare say they get a bit more bonkers as you move through the other scenarios. So 3, 4, yes, only wounds. He's still okay, he's not incapacitated. That's what I was checking. I think that's right. Lastly, Goldstein, he's taken all this time to get into the building, but I don't think he can see anybody. Can he see that one? Let's move those. I think those rocks are going to be blocking his way. Ooh, it's close. It's clipping. Let's say no. Let's on the side of caution. You may disagree. So that's it. He can't. He's going to have to move, though. Let's be a bit daring. Let's move him out there then. At least he can take a pot shot at somebody, hopefully. There we are. That's everybody. That's the end of Impulse 4 and the end of the turn. So let's get rid of the cubes. There we go. And all the orders. There we go. We get rid of these. Move Impulse back to 1. We move the turn marker up to turn 4. And at the start of turn 4, we've got some reinforcements coming in. But for now, I think we'll leave it there. Another turn completed. And we'll see what happens next time. Well, hope you enjoyed that and you found it interesting. And as I always say, if you did and you haven't done so already, please give a thought to subscribing to the channel because it really does help. Pushing that like button, the thumbs up underneath the video helps as well. And if you want to be informed of other content, don't forget to push the old bell. But make sure you click on all notifications, otherwise YouTube may forget. As always, I encourage you to leave a comment. Hopefully I've done most things correctly or I've caught them in the video. If by chance I haven't, let me know, because that helps everyone, including me. Or just let me know what you think of it. The Americans are not having a too difficult time, but as I said earlier, this is an introductory scenario to get you into how the game works. But let me know, because I love to read them. Thanks as always to my subscribers. Thank you so much. And I'll just say at the end, if you wish to support the channel a little bit further, well, you can buy the channel a coffee, and there's a link for that in the description. Or if you wish, you can push the super thanks button underneath the video. If you decide to do that, thank you so much. It just helps the channel to keep ticking along. Right then, we're slowly picking off the Germans. We've only got 4 more turns. Let's see if we can get that victory. Those running guns may not be the best thing to use. So we'll see what happens next turn. And I hope you can join me for that. But until then, as always, you take care and goodbye.